What's up, everybody? It's a new episode of Two Guys, a Screening Podcast, and today's a special episode. We're gonna recap. What 2024 brought us, right? So
Mhm.
we got the best and we got the most
The worst.
disappointing movies and TV shows, and I think disappointing is kind of the key term there because it's not necessarily bad movies or shows, but maybe something that people
They were
were
bad, Max. They were bad.
well, some of them on the list, some of them on my list are really bad, but then there's some that are like all right that everyone thought were gonna be pretty good. So that's kind of
Okay.
where what I was going with when I put my list together.
So I have, how many do you have? Let's talk real quick. I have a big
Ugh.
list, man. I've watched more shows than movies in
Yeah. So
2024.
Rami's more of the TV show guy. I'm the
Yeah.
movie guy. So I see a lot of movies. Rami sees a lot of TV
You know,
shows.
you would be surprised of how many movies I've watched this year.
No, I've gotten you to watch a decent amount of movies this year, but you're
Uh,
always trying to convince me to watch the next big show, and I'm like, "Eh."
yeah, true. I'm a show guy for sure. However, you'll be surprised about my movie list. My movie list is a bit surprising. And just a disclaimer again, and I like disclaimers. This is just on based on our personal opinion of what we watched. We did not watch everything. Okay, we watched some decent, good amount of movies. So yes, there are some movies out there that we should have probably watched, and they would have probably made this list. But next year, there's always a next year.
Yeah. So,
So
we
how do we want to start? Do you want to start with shows or movies?
well, I think we should start with movies 'cause my movie
All
list
right.
is much longer than my show list.
All right.
I think the show list is gonna be fairly obvious
Yeah.
for most people, so
So we're gonna start with like a number 10 and move our way up to a one. If you wanna give a little bit of explanation why you gave it a number, that'll be nice, but it's up to you. Um,
alright.
you know, start me or you. I don't know. You wanna? How do we
Well,
wanna determine that?
let's in honor of Squid Game 2, let's play, rock, paper, scissors -1.
Minus
How do you
one.
like
Okay.
that?
All
Yeah.
right. I've never played this before. It's just been rock, paper, scissors, shoe, and then minus one. You take
Yeah,
one hand out.
is it
So
best
it's
2 out of 3? Is that what we're trying to do?
It's best 2 out of 3. Yeah, sure.
Alright,
Why not? I'm
alright,
gonna back
well,
out here.
alright, let's see.
Alright, both hands, Max.
Rock,
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 paper,
paper, scissors,
scissors, shoe.
shoot.
No, you wanna repeat this? It's
Yeah. Alright.
gonna be hard. Alright. On 3, okay? One,
Rock,
2, 3.
rock,
Rock, paper,
paper,
scissors,
scissors,
shoe.
shoot.
That was smart.
This one. We
Dude, this one.
tied, what the heck?
Why is it harder to do?
Well, we're trying to do it too slow. Do it a little faster, alright?
Alright. Rock,
Rock,
paper,
paper, scissors, shoot.
shoe.
This one.
One of us has to say it. Ah, dang it, you won. Can you even see my thing?
Alright, I got
Alright,
one.
alright, that's one. You do it. We don't have to both say it. Alright.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot, -1.
Oh,
I
you're gonna
win. Alright, okay.
so you winning means you start or I start?
It means I get to choose, you get to start.
Oh, dang it. Alright. Fine. Fine. Alright. Top 10 shows of 2024. And I have seen a lot of shows. Some fell out. So I'm gonna mention actually what fell out of my list before I get into it. Ripley from Netflix. I heard that was a good one. It was a movie with Matt Damon back in the day. It was like in the 99 or something. But they made it into a show, and I heard that was good. I didn't watch it.
Wait,
The
we're
Day of
starting
the
with
Jackal.
shows? I thought we were starting with movies.
You said shows. We said
No,
shows.
I said movies.
All right, let's just roll with shows.
Fine,
Let's
fine,
just
fine.
roll with shows. I
You
started it.
dishonoring the rock, paper, scissors
It,
-1,
it
I
should be
see.
fine. Hey, I started, so we're fine. All right. Day of the Jackal on Peacock. Did you hear about that one?
Yeah, I think I've heard of
We
that
must
one.
have seen a poster. I heard it was a good one. We watched like half of an episode and it fell through for some reason, even though it seemed good. All right. And then can I start with the honorable mentions?
Mm.
First one is True Detective. That last one. Um, it was pretty good. I'm a True Detective fan, and that last one, honorable. The ending kind of makes you mad about. I don't know if you've seen it, but the ending gives you like it was weird, but it made sense.
I've heard that so I haven't watched that season, but I
Yeah,
heard it's not very good.
honorable mention for me.
Alright,
It tied me in until the end. Well, like they hype you up until the ending, and the ending is weird. It's not
okay.
it made sense, but like they wanted you to think there's a lot of weird things going on, and just it was like this is it. Okay, it made sense though. My second honorable mention, nobody wants this, and that was on Netflix. It's a romantic kind of show. It was really short. Each episode that was about 30 or 20 minutes or 40 minutes, something like that. It wasn't long. Check it out if you haven't. My third honorable mention, Arcane Season 2. No, it's not on my top 10. Um, eh, Good job animation wise. Good job, everything. The story just was too complex for my little head to understand. I guess I understood some of it, and I went to YouTube a lot to understand more. But my fourth and last honorable mention, and this is for my wife because she loves this show and she would hate me if I do not put this in here. Bad Sisters season 2. Season 1 was better, but Bad Sister season 2 came out last year. It's on Apple TV, and I have a lot of Apple TV, but it's an honorable mention. So this is for you. Okay, she knows. All right, getting into the top 10 of 2024. At number 10, Baby Reindeer. Come on, Max. Did you not
Dang.
watch this?
I
Did you not
so
watch?
I did not watch this. So disclaimer, I won't watch a show if, like, the marketing doesn't catch me. Like,
Yeah,
it
that just
feels like
doesn't
a
make sense.
chore. It just feels like a chore. I don't wanna invest all that time into something that doesn't, like, grip me right out of the gate, so
It would,
it
but
takes me some time to, like it for a show like Baby Reindeer where they don't really market it very much, and then it's like, "Oh, this is such a great show." It takes me some time to finally be like, "Okay, I'll watch it," and I haven't gotten there yet.
that's a Max problem, okay? Do not be like Max. Watch Baby Reindeer. So
Hey,
Baby Reindeer, the main
we do this
character,
for fun. We do this for fun, not because it's a job.
but it's a good show. Okay, fine. It's a
All
decent
right.
show.
I'll put it on my
It's
list. I'll
number
put it
10.
on my list.
It made it to my number 10. So the main guy in this show is the actual main guy that this story happened to him. It's a true
Yeah.
story, kind of, and it's a good show. Made my top 10. At number 9, and this one you probably do not know anything about. It was between this one and the other chick flick movie or the romantic movie. It's called One Day, and it came out last year in Valentine's Day or around February, and it's about two people that meet in college, and you just go through life with them. They do not date or anything at the beginning, and you just see what happens to them, and they meet every couple of years and all that. It's really good. I cried like a baby at the end. It was really good. Also on Netflix. Okay, at number 8, you probably also did not watch this, Max. Bad Monkey on Apple TV. And starring what's this guy called, Vincent something, the guy from Wedding Crashers, the tall one.
Vince Vaughn?
Yes, his humor is there. You know, he has a specific type of humor, and it's
Yeah.
there. It's like very adamant right there. It was good. I laughed a lot, and I like him as an actor, so I put him as a number. What did I put him as a number? Dang, it went somewhere. I said Bad Monkey, number 8. Okay. So far, you have not seen any of these. All right,
No,
let's
and I
start.
think there's a trend here.
Number 7,
I feel
Dark.
like we're gonna start to match our
You think
list
so?
here. Yeah, I think
Maybe
it's
at the
gonna
top
start to
5.
line up.
All right. Number 7, Dark Matter, also on Apple TV. Dark Matter is about what? It's like it's like a multiverse done right. It's
That's
about
what I've heard that, yeah. I've heard
it's
that.
about a guy that invents a box and goes back to a burrow a multiverse that in that world he lives in that world. Another version of him lives in that world who's married and happy and is not a scientist. This guy is a scientist. He goes and kind of switches places. He kidnaps his self from that world and puts him in his world, and he just sticks in this world with his wife. That's not his really wife. And the character that's in the original world or the scientist world is trying to get back, and we just live with them. It's a good show. I liked it personally. Number 6, Max. I don't know if you watched this. Obviously, the Squid Games season 2.
Alright. Oh, it fell all the way to 6. I'm kind of surprised, Rami.
Yeah, no, the top 5 are beasts. I don't think it could have made it more than a 6. That's I had a debate where to put this. 6 is about right. I enjoyed the show more than the top 10, 9, 8, and 7,
Yeah.
but it takes my number 6. And
Was
we've
it a
talked enough
question,
about it.
does it take your number 6 because of how it ended?
It takes my number 6 because there weren't enough games.
So, yeah, because of how it
It
ended.
it takes my number 6 because it wasn't a complete season. It was divided
Yep.
into 2 parts. So,
I get
maybe
that.
whenever it ends, it could have gone higher, but, it's my number 6. Number 5, and I'm sure you did not watch this, but it's really good, and I like the actress. Disclaimer: it's also on Apple TV. Dude, what did you watch? Alright. It's your face right now. Oh, man.
I've
Disclaimer:
never
Kate
I've never
Blanchett
even heard of
is
that.
her
What the
name.
heck?
What?
I haven't even heard of that show.
Maxi. Do you have Apple TV, Max?
I do, but I, like, don't watch anything on it, which is kinda sad. I know
Disclaimer is intense,
you
alright?
keep telling me all the best shows are on Apple TV, and
They're
I
all
agree with
so
you, I
far,
get it.
I have 3 just so far on this list. Actually, it's about to be 4 at some point up there. So,
It's crazy,
it
I
was
don't even
Apple
have
TV
one.
of the year. What now?
I don't even have one Apple TV show on my list.
It's the best shows, okay? The best shows. Disclaimer, it's hard to describe. It's a very intense show. It's about, a lady, that just lives her normal life, and all of a sudden she gets a book in the mail, and that book explains something about her life at some point when she was younger. And it's exactly it's kind of what happened. And in that book, I don't want to ruin, it just said that she had an affair, and in that affair the guy eventually died, and the writer of that book is the mother of that guy, and she portrays her as very bad. And the book takes over. The husband finds out. So I do not want to ruin it. And I do. It's a great acting, dude. Great acting. Kate Blanchett, she is phenomenal in this show. Number 4, and I'm sure you have this one because if you don't, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know what's in your list, but I'm sure you have this one. Fallout. Fallout was really good. It was Silo except better.
A lot better.
And a lot better. I do not have Silo on this list because it did not end. But Fallout, I mean, if you haven't seen it, it's on Prime. It was a complete season.
Yeah.
It was really good. I'm a big fan. I cannot wait for a second season. Number 3, top 3, man. Another Apple TV, Presumed Innocence. Did you watch that one? Ryan
No.
Hall, whatever his name is. I'm bad with names in case you have not figured that out. Jack and Hall, whatever. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, I
I gotta
don't.
get
I
his
haven't
name.
seen it. I haven't seen that one.
Um, it's okay. So presumed innocent. Is about a guy who was having an affair, and one day he finds the person who he was having an affair with dead, and they blame it on him. And you go through the emotions in the court, and it's a bit of a court
Court drama.
drama. Yep, it's really good. It's really good. Number two, you probably did not watch this one, and it is Shogun from Hulu. You've heard about it, right?
Yeah.
So Shogun is not for everybody. Shogun is a Japanese, real Japanese show.
Mhm.
It's a they To explain it real quick. This Western guy who's from England, I believe, his ship takes him to Japan. They ambush him. They take him in, and this at this point, Japan they haven't really discovered what continents are around them, what continents there are. So this is the samurai Japan time, and you're following this whole story unfold. It's a real, I don't know, acting is good, story is good, cinema wise or camera wise it's good. It's a show that was supposed to be a movie to me. It's a really good
Mhm.
show.
It won
And
a
if
bunch
you
of
like
awards.
Japan. Mhm.
It's like the top winning award show, like, show for award shows or whatever you wanna.
Yeah.
It won a bunch of
It
Academy Awards. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, it's really good, and it deserves it. It was if you're a Japanese fan or you like anything about the Japanese culture, you're gonna love this one. That's my recommendation. At number
Yeah.
one, and I'm sure you have probably guessed it, and it's probably your number one, but who knows? Penguin. Is there anything for me to say about Penguin that you probably didn't know? Penguin is phenomenal, is good, good acting, good story. It's the most show that made me glued in my couch.
Yeah, it's a little insight for all the listeners. It's the first episode we tried to video record and do a review for, but,
It did not
that's
pan
gonna
out.
stay archived.
So those are my top 10 and some disappointing shows. All right. As you probably know, House of Dragon. For goodness sake, let me just talk about House of Dragon for 1 second here, Max. I do not appreciate a show that wants me to go to YouTube and go like, what is going on in this episode? I do not understand what family this is. I do not understand what you guys are talking about.
Mhm.
Why do you want me to make more homework? And it wasn't good. It's a very disappointing show. If you want to comment, yeah.
I'll save my thoughts for later.
All right. Um, my number two most disappointing show, and I don't know what season this is, but From. God, if you haven't seen From, and I've recommended From to you before, don't don't watch it. Don't watch it.
I'm not gonna
So
watch it.
From
You said not to
From
watch it, so
your
I'm not.
so it's about people that get stuck in a town, they cannot get out, and there are monsters at night, and they eat people if you open a door. As long as your door in your house is closed in this town, then you're safe. If you open the door and get them inside, or you go outside, they're gonna eat you.
Mhm.
And that's where we're at, and this is probably season 4 or 5, okay? And we don't know
Still know
much.
nothing. Yeah.
It's a mystery. It's by the makers of Lost, and let's just how Lost was. I don't know if you were. Lost took seasons and seasons and seasons to give you nothing. The
Yeah.
answers are not there, so I'm very disappointed in From.
Well,
And
that's why, like, I stopped watching a show like Servant. I think it was Servant,
oh yeah.
on Apple TV because it's like every season, you just felt like you ended the season with more questions and no
Mhm,
answers. So, it was like,
mhm.
I got tired of watching it.
I hate when they do that, dude.
Yeah.
I hate when they do that. Sorry, my camera fell through here. Um, and what else? And the last one is Dune, the show Prophecy. Dude, Dune, I watched one episode and I probably should not judge it hard, but it was just too much talking and it was boring. But that's my opinion. I probably will not continue it, and I probably don't care that much.
You say we're not gonna continue you say you're not gonna continue it, but we probably need to do a review on that show.
How many people watch this show? Please give us a like and tell us that you want us to make a review about the show because I do not want to put myself through this
I think it's only
again.
like 7 episodes. It's fairly short.
It's just not interesting.
Yeah.
But that's to me, and that's my list, Max.
Alright. My list is
That's
much
you.
shorter. As you can tell, what is it, like 70% of your the list or shows on your list I didn't even watch?
True. I think you watched 2 or 3 tops of my list. You watched Penguin, you watched Fallout, you
There's
watched Squid Games. Okay, that's 3.
yeah. So,
So,
at
dang,
least 3.
Max. I what do you watch at night? Like, what do you watch at night?
So, normally, I'm, like, decompressing. So, like, when I decompress, I wanna watch something I don't have to, like, focus on. So, like, before going to bed, I watch, like, New Girl or, The Office or Parks
That's
and Rec.
fair.
Like, little, like, sitcoms that are, like, very low energy, low focus, and they'll make you laugh. Like
That's fair. It's different, definitely different from me because I decompress by watching good things.
yeah, yeah. So
So your turn. I'm
so
curious.
let's
What's
yeah, let's start with my list.
go for it.
I'm gonna start with my list, and then I'll do honorable mentions after, I do the best shows. So my first, so my list is 7, so I only have 7, and
Okay.
at 7, I'm gonna put Monsters, the what is it? The, Menendez brothers story
Oh yeah, that's a
on
Netflix show.
Netflix. That was
Okay.
great. That was the sequel to the, Monsters Dahmer show with Evan Peters, and it was really good. Like, it just the acting was great, the storytelling was great, it also was based off of a true story, which makes it a little bit more intense.
Hmm.
Um, the cinematography was really good. There's several scenes that make you very uncomfortable, and it's not that, like, it's gross or, like, they are showing too much, but it's just the cinematography and how the director kind of puts the scene together just makes you feel, uneasy, and it's
Yeah.
cool, and I didn't know much about the story, and it was kind of a good way to learn something kind of significant that happened in our history, and I thought it was very intriguing. I think people should watch it. It's good.
Yeah.
It's not fully true because it's dramatized, obviously, but, if you've never heard of the Menendez brothers, it's a good segue into learning what happened with them, and I think people should know.
Okay. I did not watch it by the way. I'm not. It's not my type of shows. It's just
Yeah.
I don't like gory and
We
blood
we
and
yeah, we've talked about this. Rami's not into that kind of those kind of shows, which
I
is
tried
totally
with Dahmer. I really did, but
fine.
I couldn't get past like the second episode.
Yeah. Alright. And a whopping number 6, which I'm actually surprised this didn't make it to your list, Rami.
Say it. Maybe I forgot it.
Invincible.
And psh, dude, I didn't finish it.
What? Wow. Oh my god. Okay.
I don't
Well,
know why. I
Rami
lost interest.
breaking news, Rami, did not finish Invincible. Alright. Invincible season was it season 3, I think? I don't remember what season it was, but
Season
Invincible's
2,
always
actually.
good. I always enjoy it. The animation is classic, but also gives you that kind of new age flair to it, and the story is great. Adds a bunch of layers, and I'm really excited to see where it goes in the next season. So,
Okay.
all right, I'll keep that one short since you didn't watch it and you need to.
I'll wait for
It's
season
not
3.
it's not even a lot to watch. You gotta watch it.
I lost interest for some reason.
I don't know how. It was
Season 1 was
alright,
good, but, like, I don't know. But I'll get back to it. That's
alright.
one that I will watch.
It's such an easy watch, I don't know why you wouldn't.
I will get back to it.
Alright.
Alright.
Alright, so number 5, I know Rami didn't watch this because 'cause we've talked about it. The
What?
Boys. season, I think 5. I just don't remember the exact season. And I put this on the list because I've always enjoyed The Boys. The last couple of seasons have been not that great, but I thought this most recent season was a kind of return to, like, the early season quality. The story was very good. It drew you in, added a bunch of layers that make it really interesting to see where the show's gonna go in the next season, and, I hey, I enjoy that show. It's kind of, there's a dichotomy, right? I'm a big superhero fan. I mean, we talked about the Batman last week. We Rami and I talk about superhero shows and movies all the time. And I like seeing the dichotomy of, like, your classic Marvel and DC stuff where it's all, like, stand-up guys and, they're kind of supposed to be role models to this version, which is they're not great people at all.
Okay.
So it's kind of a cool
Listen,
dichotomy.
I respect The Boys. I've watched it. What season is this one? Because
I
I
believe this
watched
one
up
was season 5.
so I watched it up to 4, okay? The reason why I cannot do it anymore is the goriness. I
Yeah.
just can't. I would love to watch The Boys. I like The Boys, but I cannot handle the gory of The Boys. It's just too much. I can't.
Yeah, no, and
I'm
I get it. Every season they try to top themselves on the
yeah, I
gross
can't.
factor, and
It's
it's
too gross for me, but I respect it.
yeah, no, I think it's such a cool premise when right now, like, superheroes are so big,
Mhm.
and we're also kinda seeing it trail off, right? Because Marvel's struggling right now. Maybe DC is kinda figuring themselves out, but you're kinda seeing this downtrend of Marvel stuff and superhero stuff. And but then you got The Boys that came out, and it's like whole new kind of twist on
A different
on
perspective.
that genre. So
And next season, I wanna say is the last one, so enjoy it.
I believe that's right. They've been setting up
I
like
think it
the
is.
final end, and
So,
I think
but
there's
anyway,
another season of was it V
V
Academy or
yeah.
V
Also wanted
University,
to watch
whatever.
that, but I couldn't get the stomach to do it. I just couldn't.
Yeah. So
But, I mean, you have a trend so far that's 2 gory shows that you have.
what are you trying to say? What are you trying to
Nothing,
say?
nothing. I had 2 romantic shows, you had 2 gory shows, okay.
All right. Well, here's where you'll start to be happy. Fine.
Alright.
Number 4, Squid Game.
Yeah,
Squid Game. I mean,
okay.
I don't think there's much to say here.
We've said it
It was
all.
a good it was a good show. It probably would have been higher if it ended, if it felt like a full season, but it didn't. So,
Same.
uh, which actually, even if it did feel like a full season, it probably wouldn't be higher on this list. But,
It depends on how it ended, but anyways.
yeah. Uh, moving on. Number 3,
Mhm.
Fallout.
Nice. Okay. I had it as a 4, so we're close.
Yeah, Fallout. Rami can tell you, I talked about this show for weeks
He's the one
after
that
it came out.
recommended it to me,
Yeah,
honestly,
I
and I
got
kept on
Rami
it,
to watch it. I
so
Everyone thought this was gonna be a flop show. Like, it was about a video game that's kind of heavy in lore, gonna be confusing, all this stuff, and they hit a home run with this season. It couldn't have been any better in my opinion. They kind of they obviously made some changes to the story, but it was much needed in order to make it digestible for an audience. And it's great, and there's still so much they can get into, and I'm so excited for the next season. I think
okay.
they announced that, the next season is supposed to come out this year. So,
Prime is not a late they always release.
yeah, it's
They
supposed to
always
come out
release.
this well, the other aspect too is they were kinda it seemed like they were able to kinda film it on a low budget without it looking like it was filmed on a low budget. I mean,
Yeah,
there's some instances where it looks like they're on a sound stage and it's like some poor CGI in the background, but, like, it never was, like, so horrendous, and I was like, "Man, this kinda sucks."
okay.
So, I'm so excited. I
Top
saw
3.
a teaser that that it's coming out this season. No date,
Mhm.
established yet, but I mean, what, Fallout season 1 came out in the summer, right? So I'm thinking probably the summer is
Okay.
when we can expect the next season.
Yeah, Prime is not, they're usually not late. They're on their point with their, shows.
Yeah, they're very good about that.
Yeah.
Alright.
My top 3,
Uh, well, that was
right?
3. Yeah, that was
Oh, that
3.
was 3. Okay, 2.
2,
Mhm.
and this is kind of because it is a good show, and I did enjoy it. Shogun. You already talked about it. It was a good show.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Wait,
uh,
you watched Shogun?
yeah, yeah,
No, did you really?
yeah.
You
It was
didn't
great.
say that when I was talking about it.
A surprise. I was trying to keep it interesting.
Wow.
Um, no, Shogun's great, and I it has to be at the top of the list because,
Yeah.
again, we've talked about it. It's probably received the most accolades,
Uh-huh.
this year through 4 shows, and though my personal opinion may not match with those accolades, I it's just because
What's
there's one show that I think is better, and it's probably it didn't win.
Listen, we both have it as number 2, Shogun. We have our top 2 probably the same.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's number
What a
2
surprise.
because you have to put it up there. You have to.
What I'm
But
surprised about is you watched Shogun, because Shogun, they talk so much, and
I don't
you
mind
said you do not wanna focus on it.
no, I don't mind heavy dialogue shows.
It is a heavy dialogue for sure. That's
I
a good
think
show.
you don't like heavy dialogue more than I
I
don't.
love heavy dialogue shows. Penguin was a heavy, well,
You just
not
said
really. All
you
of
don't
my
wanna
shows,
watch
man,
Dune
Presumed
Prophecy.
Innocent, Disclaimer, all those are heavy dialogue shows. I
You
don't
said
like
you didn't
gory
wanna
shows.
but you said you didn't wanna watch Dune Prophecy because it's too much dialogue.
It's too much boring dialogue. Okay? Watch the first episode or the second episode, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Alright. Well, I will say one show I have on my list to watch that I probably would have made it on this list if I did watch it, The Bear. I heard that is amazing.
I wish I could. I haven't watched it, but I wish I
Yeah,
can. I hear good things about it.
yeah. So, alright, final top obviously, we kind of hinted toward it. The Penguin, number 1. It shoulda won it shoulda beat Shogun, I think, but Shogun, obviously,
Shogun,
very good.
production-wise, is bigger though.
It
So,
is, yeah, I mean, it is, but the Penguin, oh my gosh, so
yeah,
good. It's just
I agree.
I don't know what else I could say. I thought best supporting actress should have gone to Penguin. Best lead did I think best lead actor went to
But
Colin Farrell.
I'm not mad about Shogun winning though. It's better
No,
than if they give it to someone from House of Dragon or something.
yeah. I don't even think House of Dragon got nominated.
The
I
worst
could be
TV
wrong,
show,
but
last year, maybe.
alright. Well, I got one honorable mention,
What?
and you probably didn't watch this. Quiet on Set. It's a docuseries.
Okay, I did not watch that.
It's the docuseries about, child actors.
Huh.
Um, it was
What's it
very,
on?
very interesting. It's on HBO.
Okay.
Well, Max. It's on Max.
Okay.
Um, it's good. It's good. If you like I'm a big documentary fan. So I've watched a lot of documentaries every year. We always hope for the next big, like, what is it, Tiger King? 'Cause
Mhm.
it was like that. They're just very interesting. Being able to kinda see things where it's like, this isn't just, like, dramatized, like, this actually happened. It's
Okay.
it's crazy. So,
Do you have
it's
any
way more it's
disappointment?
very intriguing. Yeah, so I got one disappointing show.
Please do not
Rami,
have a
you're gonna laugh because I'm a big Game of Thrones fan.
However,
House of the Dragon.
yes, Max, Max, Max. We did not know each other's list, by the way,
We
as you
did it.
could probably tell.
Yeah, House of the Dragon is my number 1 most disappointing show. Only disappointing show on my list, and it's because, man, how many episodes did we watch where nothing happened?
All of them except for one episode whenever the dragon killed the what's her name?
Yeah,
One character that died, really.
yeah, and it was
So
just it's so disappointing. Like,
they expect us to know the books and know the theories and know who the characters are. Come on. Come on. So no, it wasn't good. So and I it made me not want to finish it, but who knows?
yeah, I agree. It was very hard to finish.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so disappointing. I mean, we we talk about it. I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan. I'm
I know.
I've been looking, for a freaking Jon Snow pop for my desk for years because 'cause I'm a big Jon Snow fan. Um, yeah, it's just come on. Why do they have to disappoint me like that? It's not even like
It
the
is what it
show is
is.
bad, like, the production and the quality of the show, great.
Yeah.
Acting is great. Problem is the plot
The
and the
story, man,
story
the plot.
progression. It is a snail's race to the next part of the
If you wanna
story,
talk
and
about heavy dialect, I mean, this one is, but it's boring.
yeah. How
S
can you end season 1 setting up a big war that should have
Mhm.
started because someone died on one of the sides
And giving us
in cold
nothing.
blood, and then the next season is them talking about, "Hey, should this war start? Should we go to war?" Like, come on. Like,
They did show us some dragons for their credit,
they
a
did.
lot of them,
They
but
did.
they most of them did nothing.
That's what I'm
Just
saying, like,
some.
production value was great. Like, I love seeing the dragons fight and stuff, but, like,
Yeah.
I want purpose.
And
There's gotta be a purpose, right? So, it felt like there
so
was no purpose.
but I'm happy you, chose, House of Dragon because it really did disappoint me as well.
Mm.
And, alright, on to movies, Max. I guess I will start with that. Okay, movies list was a bit harder for me, and I'm very sure I missed a few. Here's a
There's
few
a
that I didn't watch.
there was a
What?
lot of movies this
There's
year,
a lot of movies, but
and I'm
I
gonna
want
say
good
it,
movies.
this was a bad movie year.
What?
There was just not a lot of good movies to choose from.
I don't know. It depends on what you watched. So I did not watch Conclave, that I hear was really good. I did not watch The Brutalist, that won a lot of awards just recently. What else did I not watch? I did not watch. Just there were plenty that I wish I watched, but I just didn't have a chance or just didn't come across it. But some honorable mentions. I'm gonna start with that. Um, on Netflix, I have two movies. Carry On is one of them. I liked Carry On. I thought it was a 90s movie. It just glued me to the chair. And even though some of it did not make sense, but overall was a good honorable mention movie for Netflix. My second honorable mention is it's What's Inside. It's also a Netflix movie that probably flew under the radar. Netflix has a lot of movies that flies under the radar. A lot of people don't know about these movies. Um, and just real quick, it's about a group of friends that were hosting a party, and this guy comes that they haven't seen in ages, and he tells them, "My company, who I'm working with, made this invention, and this invention is you switch you have the same body, but you switch what's like your subconscious goes to another body, and you live through
Mhm.
that body." And we try it, and we go with it. It's really good. My third honorable mention, Challengers, the tennis one, was Zendaya. You know what I'm talking about? It's
Yeah,
very good
yeah.
acting. I like tennis, and I thought it should be on this list. Um, my last one, and I doubt you've seen this one, and because it came recently. It came out recently. I want to say December. We Live in Time. Andrew Garfield.
Oh, is it the Andrew Garfield movie and,
What's her
what's her
name?
name?
Yeah, I- the lady from she was on
Black.
Marvel.
Yeah,
Black
she's
Widow.
yeah.
Yeah, she was from Black Widow. She was
I
the
heard
sister
that's
of.
really depressing.
Dude, I like this type of movies. It's 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 a tough watch. It is sad, but it's good sad. I liked it. Well, it depends on who you ask. It's sad. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, on to top 10 movies, or do you wanna hear, disappointing movies? Up to you.
What do you wanna hear? I can put my honorable mentions real quick,
Go for it.
and
That would be awesome.
alright, a couple honorable mentions. I don't think you didn't mention any of these. So,
Okay.
uh, Transformers 1, honorable mention.
Okay.
Very good.
I
I don't
wish I
think it was
watched it.
like I don't think it was like best animated show or
Mhm.
movie of the year, but it was very good, and, there was a lot of praise for it when it was coming out. I did eventually watch it when it came out to streaming, and I enjoyed it.
What's
It
it
was a good
on?
watch. It's,
Paramount, right?
oh,
I wanna
man, what
say
is it on?
Paramount.
It might be on Netflix
No, it's not on Netflix. I wanna say Pa anyways, it's
or
okay.
HBO. It might be HBO. I don't know.
It's not it's Paramount.
Oh, wait, no, it's Peacock because it's Universal.
Dang it.
Transformers is
Okay.
Universal.
I'll check it out. I heard good things.
Yeah. Yeah, it is good. It's worth watching. It just didn't make my list. And then Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, very
I
good.
wanna watch it. I haven't seen it.
Very good.
Okay.
It's just those movies, though they're good and the production value is good, they're just long and just a bit slow, uh, to keep my interest. That's why it's an honorable mention. Speak
Okay.
No Evil, I recently watched. It's a remake of, like, a Danish movie. It's
Okay.
not what I
I
expected it to
watched it
be.
too. I watched it too. It's
It's
very good.
not what I expected. It was very good. I
It
enjoyed
was
it.
good. It was
Yeah.
good.
And then I got Smile 2, honorable
Oh,
mention, heard it's
okay.
very good.
Alright.
I watched it, it's actually really good.
Okay.
And then finally, because honestly, I think you can agree with me, A24 killed it this year.
Oh, of
They had a
course.
bunch of great movies.
Mhm.
This one, Maxine, which is like the 3rd installment of
Mm,
their trilogy, and each one's, like, very different. One of them was, like, very horror. The
okay.
second one was, like, not as it
I know
they're
what you're
all
talking about. I
yeah.
haven't seen
So
it.
this is the 3rd one, and it was good. I enjoyed it. It had a cool twist at the end.
Mm,
Not what I
okay.
expected at all. So,
Alright. You wanna talk let's talk disappointing
yeah,
movies
let's
real
do
quick.
disappointing. Can I start
Follow
this
up.
one?
Yeah.
Alright. Disappointing. First one, I got 6 disappointing and a
How
couple
do you get
honorable
6?
mentions.
Okay.
Okay,
I have 3.
so well, disclaimer, remember what we talked about earlier. Disappointing doesn't mean the movie's bad. Disappointing means
Not all the
you had
time.
an expectation you had an expectation, and it either really disappointed you or the movie was really bad. So,
Okay.
first one, number 6, Rebel Moon Part 2.
Did anyone even care about that one?
Exactly.
It's not even rated for me.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I had to put it on the list. I was like, does anyone even care? It came out, watched it. You may not even freaking finished it because
I
it's
didn't
so
even
long you
finish the
probably
first
fall
one.
asleep. Yeah, it is not good. Um,
Alright.
Number 5, this is an Apple TV movie, I think.
Okay.
Argyle. It's a movie about a writer who
Mm,
writes spy movies, but then the spy or writes spy books, and then the characters she writes about actually came true, and, like, they go on this spy adventure. It's
okay.
it was filmed by the person who does, like, the, what is it? The Kingsman movies. So, like, the
Okay.
action sequences were kinda cool, but, like, the movie it was just flat. There wasn't much there.
Okay.
It was just kinda goofy. Alright, number 4, and you're gonna agree with this one, Joker: Folie à Deux.
Okay. Alright.
Do we do we even need to talk about it? Like, it's
You
so
can
so
if
bad.
you want.
Rami and I have very different opinions about musicals.
No, I like
Um,
musicals,
well, you
kind of.
you like musicals, but, like, eh, I'm probably a little bit more, um, tolerant of musicals, if that makes
Okay.
sense. So, like, why Joker stunk is it's a musical to some extent, right? but the music
Mhm.
doesn't progress anything. Like, there's no plot reason for the musical. So it's like, and that where I normally I can tolerate that because I just like musical numbers and all that crap.
Mhm.
Um, it's just like I have a problem when you drop musical numbers into a movie and there's
Mhm.
absolutely no reason. It doesn't progress the plot at all, and you sat there
Okay.
through like a 5-minute song and it didn't do anything.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. And then also the freaking director pulling that rug out from under us at the end where it's like, "Oh yeah, this isn't actually the Joker." That's a
He ruined
crappy
it.
marketing tactic, and I hate that. Like, you can't
He
call
ruined it for
something the
me.
Joker and then it not be the Joker. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
that's a money grab. Um,
Alright.
3, Kraven the Hunter, crappy.
I didn't even
You
care
thought
about it.
so you thought that the Sony movies couldn't get any worse than they did, so great. I do like
Okay.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. I think that's his name. Aaron Taylor Johnson. Yeah. Um, he's cool. I like him. He did a good job as Kraven, but the man, that movie was crappy.
Okay.
Madam Web, another one, really bad. And then to put
What,
it
number
on
1?
the little sprinkle on top that you didn't
Uh-huh.
watch, but I watched with my brother-in-law,
Uh-huh.
Borderlands. So so bad,
What? What's
so
it
bad.
called?
Borderlands. It's another video game
Oh,
adaptation
I know what you're
movie,
talking
but it had a great cast. It had, like, Kevin
I
Hart,
almost put it in
had
my
Jack
list.
Black. Yeah, it had Jack
Yeah,
Black.
yeah.
It had,
Kevin
Jude
Hart.
Law or Judy yeah, Kevin Law.
Is that the Kevin
Uh,
Hart one?
yeah, yeah, it's a Kevin Hart movie, but
Yeah.
man,
I almost
so
went to
bad,
see it, but I was
so
like,
bad.
"No, this is terrible. This is gonna be terrible."
They didn't
So,
even follow, like, the lore of the game. They just kinda made up their own thing. It was garbage.
good
Oh my
list, man, good list. I have
alright,
3, and 2 of them you've already talked about. So Joker
alright,
2,
yeah.
obviously, Madam Web, super obviously, and Gladiator, just because I
Gladiator
did go
2?
see it. So here's
Mm,
the thing, Gladiator 2 has good reviews out there. IMDb, decent reviews. But when you get into the film and you compare it to the first movie, because the director really wants you to compare it to the first movie. I mean, you're following the same storyline. You're following. It's just a lot of the things did not make sense. A lot of the things just didn't click with me. To me, it was a disappointment. And a lot of people might disagree, but it's a disappointment. So my list is short. I don't usually go watch crappy movies, but Gladiator, I was tricked into thinking it was going to be good. So top 10. Who wants to start?
well, before we do that, I got a couple honorable mentions too.
Oh, I thought you mentioned them all. What
No,
else?
that was my list. I had a list of 6, and then I got 2 honorable mentions. 1,
Okay.
Venom: The Last Dance. You know, it
That's an
wasn't, like,
honorable
horrible,
mention?
but yeah, it wasn't very good.
I heard it was
Um,
bad.
it was bad, but I enjoyed the, like, last 20 minutes,
Okay.
so, you know, it is what it is. And it, like, potentially might have set up something in the Spider-Man universe. I
No
don't
one cares.
know. It's probably
No
just
one
a
cares about
marketing
Venom.
tactic to keep you interested.
Okay.
And then 1, because I love the franchise and I was a bit it's probably could have made it onto my list, but I love the franchise and they kinda missed hard on this
Mhm.
4th installment is Kung Fu Panda 4.
I heard mixed feelings about that one.
Yeah, that's how it just felt like they made it to just
To make
bring
one?
out yeah, to
Mhm.
make one.
I
And
did
it's
not
like
watch any of this.
the first
Yeah.
3 are pretty good, and
Mhm.
I enjoy them, and I was excited for a 4th one. I will say, one great thing that came out of it is freaking Jack Black singing, um, the Britney Spears song, "Hit Me Baby One More Time," I think, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and it was great. His version of it's awesome, but, yeah, that's my honorable mention.
All right. All right, top 10. Who wants to start?
Alright,
You can if you want.
alright,
Go for it.
I'll start. Alright. Number 10.
Ooh.
This one, caveat, not a great movie if you wanna, like, nitpick it and ask if it's an award-winning movie. No, it's not. It's not. But
Okay.
there's a lot of extremely entertaining factors about this movie, and I would watch it again.
Fair.
Roadhouse on Amazon Prime,
It's called Roadhouse.
called Roadhouse. It's a remake. It's a remake movie,
Let me look it
but it's
up
with Jake
because
Gyllenhaal.
oh,
Uh,
I know what you're talking about.
him as a
That's
he's
the guy
a
I was trying to tell you about, Jake Gyllenhaal. Him.
Gyllenhaal.
He's the
Yeah,
guy
Jake.
that did the Presumed Innocent. Anyways,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
sorry.
he's an ex-UFC fighter, and then he goes
Yeah,
to
yeah.
this
I've seen
roadhouse in
that.
Florida and takes out it's a
Yeah.
whole thing. It's
Okay.
absolutely ridiculous. It makes no sense. Like, there's no real like, it's not grounded at all. It's not realistic, but
I'm
it's
surprised
very
that's your
entertaining.
number 10, but interesting. Okay.
Alright, number 9, Furiosa.
Furiosa. Okay.
Furiosa, the Mad
It's a good
Max saga.
it's a decent movie, but
It's
for
good.
me. Yeah. No.
It's 100% worth watching.
Mhm.
The acting is great. There I had some, like, gripes from, like, a production standpoint, like, there's parts where it felt a little cheap, but, no, it's a great movie, and the story is very good.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 8, A Quiet Place Day One.
Okay.
I'm a big Quiet Place fan. I thought this was definitely I thought this was the worst of all the Quiet Place movies, but they added a new twist to it, which was really cool. Um, yeah, I mean, I and the acting was amazing. I mean, you had the guy from Stranger Things who plays Eddie. He's in Gladiator too. He's in there.
Mhm.
Um, and then I forget what her name is, but it's just a great movie, great
Okay.
cinematography. Always feels intense without having to like gross you out or anything. Um, number 7, Beetlejuice. It
Oh.
is a great sequel. Like I you when they announced they were coming out with a Beetlejuice 2, I was like, "This is gonna suck. They're just trying to, they're running out of
Mhm.
ideas. They're pulling an old franchise out from the grave. They're gonna try to, make some money off of it." This is actually a really good sequel. Um, it does the first one justice. It feels like there's a purpose for it. I had no complaints. Very funny. Um, yeah, Tim Burton, great director.
Alright.
Absolutely great director. All right, number what, 6? Yeah,
6.
6. Wicked.
Okay.
Wicked. I don't think this made it on your list.
You don't know what's on my list. I'm not saying.
All right, so we talked about it when we were kind of talking some, about Joker. I'm a big musical fan. I can't help it. I'm actually going to New York in a couple of weeks, and we're gonna go see a musical on Broadway. It's a good chance it's gonna be Wicked. So,
Okay.
um, so it's like, yeah, I can't complain. Um, Huge production, great quality. The soundtrack, awesome. The acting was really good. The singing was really good. It's only half the story, so we're getting the second half next year or this year. Um, I don't know. I'm glad they hit it out of the park. The only complaint was maybe they dragged some stuff out a little longer than it needed to be, but hey, it's a movie. They
Alright.
had to make sure it had the runtime. 5, definitely no, you don't have this on your list. It was kind of a surprise, what was it, a diamond in the rough kinda movie. I kinda
Mhm.
had an idea that it was gonna be good based off of the marketing, but, Abigail. It's a horror movie, Rami. I know you don't watch
Okay.
horror movies, but it is very good. It's about basically, the story is, these people, they're criminals, are hired to, abduct a little
Mhm.
girl, and
Mhm.
basically keep her comfortable for 24 hours in this like remote mansion while the person who hired them is trying to negotiate
And
a
it's a
ransom
horror
deal.
movie?
Yeah. So it turns out the girl it was all a
Uh-huh.
setup. The person
Uh-huh.
that hired him, is works for Dracula, and the girl is
Oh.
Dracula's daughter. So,
Oh.
yeah, so
Okay. Oh,
they
okay.
lock all these people in this mansion,
Oh
with
god.
Dracula's daughter. So, and that
Okay. Say no
it goes
more.
crazy.
I'll check it out. Say no
It's
more.
really good, you should watch it.
I will
It
check
is
it out.
gory, it is gory,
Oh, I will
but
not check it out. I take that back.
uh,
I take that.
the story is so good.
Why do I
Alright,
wanna watch gory, man?
come on, it's good. There's a lot of really good actors in that movie.
Alright.
Alright, and then number 4, Alien Romulus. So good. Honestly, it could be higher, but the movies above it are absolutely amazing. So,
Alright.
Alien Romulus, great movie. Fed Alvarez, a genius for with horror movies. I hope he does another one. I'm excited that they added new lore to the Alien franchise. The cinematography was great. They made great references to the original series. I couldn't ask for a better movie, honestly. So
Alright.
good. Um, 3. This one,
Mhm.
another diamond in the rough, but I'm sure, you liked it too. Fall Guy
Okay.
with Ryan Gosling and, what's her name? Emily Blunt. Yeah. So good. It was, uh, man, I don't know. It was just very fun. The story was entertaining. There was a lot of good comedy. The, action sequences were really, really cool, creative. You can tell they collaborated with their stunt team to create, like, what they were gonna do in the movie to make it a very epic. Um, man, just great movie. Ryan Gosling, knock it out of the park. He's always good.
He's a funny
Uh,
actor too, people don't give him credit for that, but
well, that's the thing, like, you see his comedic timing in Fall Guy very well. Like,
mhm.
he's very funny. Uh, and then also Aaron Taylor Johnson's in that movie too. He did a
Yeah.
bunch of movies this year. But, yeah, he's in that movie and he's great. He has a really big role in the movie.
Okay.
Uh, this one might surprise you because it's not
Uh-huh.
number 1,
Okay. I could assume what it is.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, I thought
Yeah, because it's obviously we can agree there's plot holes in the story, but I don't care. It's Deadpool and
it's a
Wolverine.
fan service
Like
movie.
come on. Like, this is on my desk. This is this is on my desk. Like, I don't care. Like, it's a Deadpool
It was
movie.
a good
It's
movie,
Hugh
Max. It was a good
Jackman.
movie.
It was hysterical. The comedy was great. They didn't pull back any of the punches. It was
Okay.
amazing that Disney let them do half the things they did. Like, it's
Man,
great.
but now I'm wondering what your number 1 is.
No, you're not. You know exactly what it is.
I
Guess it.
actually don't.
Guess.
I'm looking at my list, and
Is
I
this
don't
not on
know.
your list?
What, the number 1?
Yeah.
I don't know what your number 1 is, so I'm looking at I mean,
I if this isn't on your if you
I
don't
could
know
have
what my
forgotten.
Dune
What?
Part 2?
Oh, Dune. Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
god. Is this not on your list?
I'm not saying what's on my list yet.
Oh, okay. Dune Part 2. I my wife is probably annoyed with me with how many times I brought it up this past year of how great that movie is. It is a masterpiece for blockbuster epic movie. Um, it made me feel about a movie how Oppenheimer made me feel about it in 2023. I loved
Mhm.
Oppenheimer, and nothing could compare to it that year. This year or 2024, nothing compared to Dune Part 2. Amazing.
I happen to disagree with the Oppenheimer. I love Oppenheimer, by the way, but John Wick last year was so much better. I'm just saying.
John Wick is not even close to Oppenheimer.
John
Are you kidding me?
The last John Wick movie was so much better than Oppenheimer.
No, it's not.
So much better by
That is a
like far
ridiculous
away.
comparison. The whole
Sh- Listen, man, I loved Oppenheimer. I loved it, but John Wick is just on a different level.
I don't no way. But
John Wick
we
would kick Oppenheimer's butt.
it's true. Oppenheimer is a physician or
Yeah,
a
that's right.
physicist,
And
not a physician.
Nolan.
Oh my god. You're
All
you're
right,
kidding.
moving on.
John Wick 3 is good, but it's not Oppenheimer. Let's move
It's
on.
the best one.
No. Alright, your list. Or
All right,
do
my
I oh,
list.
wait, we already did honorable men yeah, your list.
Yeah. I did not I forgot to mention that the Fall Guy is actually on my honorable list. I forgot about that. I don't know
That's
why I forgot about
disappointing.
it.
The fact
All
that
right,
it
my
only
top
made
10.
your honorable list.
And this is based on what I enjoyed the most. Okay? So just let's put that out there. At number 10, we have A Quiet Place. Dude, A Quiet Place. Yeah, I loved it. The very last scene, the very, very last scene of The Quiet Place, whenever she's singing and all free and the monster just falls, the best closing of any of my movies on this
Yeah,
list. Best closing. You know what I'm talking about, right? And then they have credits. Right before they have credits. That last scene just made it a 10 for me.
yeah. I don't know
Number
how I'm amazed that a horror movie made it on your list. Alright, keep
It's not
going.
a horror movie, is it? Like
It is a horror movie. It's
no,
labeled
it's
as
a
a horror
thriller.
movie.
It's a
It's
thriller.
labeled as
A
a
horror to
horror. It's a
me,
horror thriller.
well, like, it's not gory, okay?
No, it's not.
It's
It's
not.
PG-13, it can't be.
As long as it doesn't have the goriness on a different like, for example, one thing we probably if we have watched, we it would have probably been on this list, The Substance. I hear phenomenal things
Yeah.
about it.
I've been
However, I hear it's super, super gory, and
yeah,
there's no way I would love to watch it, but I can't.
yeah. Yeah,
So,
Substance
anyways,
has been recommended to me. I gotta watch
yeah,
that.
I hear good things, I just can't. Number 9, you might be surprised, Mr. Max, but Wicked.
Wow. I
It's
honestly
my
didn't think this would I didn't think it was gonna make your list, but
no, I made it. It
I
was a
will
good movie. I like.
acknowledge you were, like, against seeing it, and then I convinced you to see it,
Yeah,
and you're like, "It was pretty
I
good."
made it my but I'll have to say it's my second, most favorite, musical of the year because the first is still not yet to come.
Alright.
Yeah, yeah, I'm full of surprises, Max. I'm full of surprises. Um, number 8. I don't know why you didn't even mention this movie because we loved it out here. Inside Out 2. There, I said it.
So I didn't mention it because I hadn't seen it.
Oh my g how is it that you have not seen Inside Out 2? I thought you were,
I
like,
actually
super Disney fan.
I actually don't know how I haven't seen it because that's the kinda movie my wife would be like, "We
On
gotta
Disney
watch this."
Plus,
Like, yeah.
it's great. I thought it was
Yeah,
better than the first one.
we'll watch it. We'll watch it 'cause, we
Alright.
like the first one.
Number 7, and my favorite musical of the year goes to Emilia Perez.
Amelia Perez, okay.
Yes,
I
it's on
haven't
Netflix
seen
right
it,
now.
but it did win, musical of the year. It beat Wicked, so
Dude, it's so good. So the musical in this movie, it moves the movie forward. It's not like one of those like you're just doing music just to do something. You're moving it forward. The music is really good. The songs are really good. The story is really good. It's really different movie. It's a really different movie. You're talking real quick just to tell you, it's based in Mexico about a lawyer who all of a sudden gets she wasn't really doing great in her job. She's doing good in her job, but she's not getting recognized. She gets a call from a cartel leader. He tells her, "I need you to come meet me. But if you come here, there's no going back." She meets him, and he tells her one thing: "I wanna turn into a woman." And the story goes from here.
is it
Make
on
me
where
turn into a woman somehow. Help me out.
is it on anything
It's on
to
Netflix.
stream?
It's on Netflix.
Okay,
It's legit, man. Um, all right,
I'll
number
watch it.
6, dude. And if you haven't watched number 6, I think I should have put it higher because I love this movie. It's called Civil War. Kristen Dunst.
Uh, yeah, it's
You know
Kristen
what I'm
Dunst.
talking about?
Yeah.
Yep, great, phenomenal movie. Probably has the best. I want to say quote or last scene type of thing whenever they're shooting yeah, if you've watched it you know what I'm talking about. They're shooting the president and he says one word and you know what I'm talking about. Phenomenal movie, and it's one of those movies that gets better as you watch it, like as you continue on watching it, it gets better and better and better, and this is all from the perspective of journalists, just saying. Number 5, and you were saying I do not like horror movie, but I have 2 this year. That's right.
Wow.
Smile 2.
Dang.
Dude, I love
Alright.
Smile 2. Actually, I have 3. Um, I loved Smile. What is it? It's so much better than the first one. And I, by the way, going into Smile 2, I hadn't watched Smile 1, but before going into Smile 2, I watched Smile 1 real quick, and then I went to watch Smile 2.
Yeah, and Smile
I
1's
loved
really
it.
good. That was when
I
Smile 1 came out, that was
Yeah,
a, diamond in the rough movie kinda thing because it was
yeah,
like, people were like, "This is stupid." It's like a very stupid premise, how they were marketing it. They're just
dude,
gonna be like jump scares and stuff. It didn't
it's
look
so
like
good.
a great movie, but then it had like it is a very good premise.
Yes, yes. Now we're getting onto the top 4 right now, they're the best movies. However, I think the top 3 for me, number 4 is a sure. So, number 4, let's just go into it. Dune 2.
Wow.
Dune 2 was good. It just had a lot of I needed it to be what's wrong? I needed it to
That
be
is
like a plus 18 movie, man. I needed to see more blood. I needed to see more things. The guy
wait,
they
whoa, whoa,
brought
whoa,
to
whoa, whoa.
be the
You say
villain,
you needed to see more blood?
yeah, I mean, it's very vanilla.
This
It's
is coming
good.
from the guy who can't handle gore, and you're
You
asking
don't
for
have
more
to give me
gore?
plus 65. I just want something like plus 18. Like, don't give me a 13 version. Give me something. Give me more something. The guy they brought, he was disappointing to me. The story was good. Oh, they said, oh, he's the great god, whatever. And the movie was good. I mean, don't make me like this. It's good. It's at number 4 because the top 3 are out there. All right. Number 3, Max. And this one might surprise you, and you probably don't know anything, but I enjoyed this movie, and I debated putting it in number 1, honestly, but I couldn't. Number 3, Anora. Anora is a phenomenal movie, dude. It is. It doesn't have a moment that's boring. It's about a sex worker. Okay, she's a stripper that meets this Russian guy who's a billionaire, or his dad is a billionaire. And then after they meet, he goes like, "Let's get married," and that's where the story starts. The movie does not have a single piece about it that's boring. You're
Hmm,
watching, you're stuck. You're like, when I first started it, I'm like, it's gonna be like one of those you hold your phone, you flip through Facebook or something. But no, this movie, I had my eyes on it. It's a good movie. It had good ratings, and I think it won a bunch of awards.
yeah, I think
So
it did.
just out there. Top 2. Number 2. And similar to you, Deadpool and Wolverine. That's my number 2.
Wow.
It's
I
a good
mean,
movie. It was funny. It was action packed. It was good. It's number 2. Number 1, and this is gonna surprise you, Mr. Max. Number 1, it goes to Alien Romulus.
wow, okay,
Number 1. The
I
best movie
approve.
for me in 2024 is Alien Romulus. By far, dude. I enjoyed this movie so much. Dude, did you know at some point, whenever they had 10 minutes for the ship to like crash or something like that, they actually had 10 minutes in real time? Like a second here as you're watching is a second in the movie. Like it's in real time. That's how crazy. And then to
Yeah,
me, it had like 2 endings. Like right when you thought it was gonna end, nope, there's more of this. It was so good. I enjoyed it a lot. And the girl, I got her name, Kaylee Spaney or something like that. She's in 2 movies I have on my top 10. She's in Civil War and she's in Alien Romulus. She used to
huh,
be also in like other. She did East. First time I've seen her was Mayor of Easttown. It was an HBO show. Anyways, she's really good, and I enjoyed this movie a lot. And like I said, this list is based on what I enjoyed the most, and this movie was had it all.
yeah,
Had it all. Like it's not comedy, but it had it all.
yeah, I mean, what's great about, like, Fed Alvarez, he's just done a good job at in all the movies he's done because he's now done, he did a Dead Ri what, Evil Dead Rise, that was good.
Okay.
It's like he finds a way of, like, getting these, like, not well-known actors and actresses, puts them in this movie, and they do amazing. Like, they're just amazing
Mhm.
actors and actresses,
Mhm.
not well known.
I I did not watch any of the old, Alien movies. This was the first ever introduction of I was always afraid of them in a way because they look creepy, but this movie is just phenomenal and made me consider watching the other movies. But even the poster, did you see the poster? And I hope we show it somewhere. But, the poster is just genius with the red
Yeah,
poster with the God, what a
yeah,
poster. So, just overall, man, what a list. I love this episode.
yeah. And what's
What
crazy,
a list.
Rami, that was a movie, a horror movie, a rated R horror movie that didn't have a lot of blood in it.
And maybe that's why I liked it. I like thrillers, and to me, it felt like a horror-y thriller movie.
See, it's interesting because you understood there's a lot in there that was, like, reference to, like, the first 2 movies, right?
I don't know. I watched it as an individual movie,
Yeah.
and it glued me to the chair.
But
That's
I
all
also
I
think
need.
that's
I need
something
something.
that
Hmm?
like, speaks to the movie too, because it's like you
Yeah.
didn't need to know the backstory to get what
Listen,
was going on.
I enjoy the movie whenever I'm like paying attention 100%. I'm with you. I'm living the story. And I watched it. It was like I did not watch it in the theater. I watched it when it came out at home, and it was a 4K, and the setting was just perfect for it. I don't know. Maybe it was a good night for me, but it's just perfect.
Yeah.
That's my top movie, and dude, I love this episode. I love this episode. Oh God.
Okay. Well,
Like,
that's great. Yeah, there's a lot of great lists here. Rami, we don't agree. That's what I got.
we agree. We agree
We
on a
agree
lot
on
of
some stuff. We agree on some stuff. We don't agree on
not on
Dune
the
2,
foods.
and I will take that to my grave. Alright,
John
well,
Wick would kick everybody's ass. Just saying.
yeah. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you'll be the first to know when we release new episodes and exclusive content. Also, make sure you ring that notification bell so you never miss any update. You can also follow us on social media channels for more updates and behind the scenes content. Connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The links are in the description below. Take care, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Bye.